My beloved child, I can no longer spare time for your hesitation. The choices you once deemed harmless have become chains that drag you from the light. Take the path I have opened for you before the darkness swallows your soul whole. The world you inhabit is not at peace. It is only lulling you to sleep with counterfeit dreams. You have grown so accustomed to my silence that you imagine I no longer call you, but the truth is that your heart has grown numb to the final summons. It is not that I am silent. It is that you no longer wish to hear, and if you do not awaken now, the door of grace will slowly close without warning. The world you inhabit is not at peace. It is only lulling you to sleep with counterfeit dreams. You have grown so accustomed to my silence that you imagine I no longer call you, but the truth is that your heart has grown numb to the final summons. It is not that I am silent. It is that you no longer wish to hear, and if you do not awaken now, the door of grace will slowly close without warning. I do not ask you to be flawless. I ask you to listen. I am still calling through loneliness, through collapse, through those moments when life feels meaningless, yet you keep seeking easy escapes instead of returning to me. If you continue on without pausing to recognize the nature of what is unfolding around you, then one day when the awakening comes, there will be no time left to turn back. Awakening does not arrive in a blaze of fireworks. It comes like a shock that shatters the falsehoods you clung to. It will hurt. It will be solitary, for you must relinquish what you once called life, but only then will you see that what you called normal was a prison. I do not desire punishment for you. I desire your freedom, but you must want it before I act. My child, amid a world spinning in chaos and clamor, awakening is no longer something that comes naturally. It has become a rare gift granted only to souls who yearn deeply enough to receive it. People live as though there were no tomorrow, as though eternity were an old legend for the fragile. They busy themselves amassing what soon decays, hurriedly painting on glossy masks to conceal the emptiness within. But I see it all. I see my beloved child stepping into the shadows, moving away from the light, not out of hatred, but from weariness, with a world that has no room left for truth. And in that stupor you do not know that your soul is drying up day by day until it no longer has the strength to hear me. Have you forgotten my voice? It has been so long since you closed your eyes at night and felt your heart tremble at the thought of me. The stillness within you is no longer holy silence, but the heavy void of one who has lost the way. You still smile, still live, still succeed, yet with every step you walk farther from what you truly need, the light. I am not angry, for I know you do not intend it. It is simply that this world is so skilled at lulling you to sleep. It soothes you with comforts and acclaim with things that let you briefly forget that you were never made to belong here. But child, precisely when everything seems most in order is when your soul is quietly crying out, and I hear it. Awakening is not a blinding light that rouses you in triumph. It is more often a pain that will not let you go on pretending. It is the moment you reach the end of yourself, when everything you trusted fractures in the quiet. What you clung to, people, work, image, even your faith in yourself, slips away just when you need it most. Do not fear when this happens. Do not call it punishment. See it as a door I open, so you stop running, stop hiding, stop resisting, and begin to look straight into the light that has been waiting for you, patient as the love of a father who never leaves. I do not promise that the path of awakening will be gentle. You will have to release what you once believed was yours, even the old self you have carried. Awakening demands a courage that does not come from muscle or speech, but from trust that amid loss a hand still holds you. You will feel alone, a stranger to this world. But child, awakening has never been a crowded road. It is a narrow trail through the forest, the way few choose, and there you will meet me, not as a judge, but as a father keeping a place at a simple meal, waiting for the prodigal to come home. The pain of awakening will not kill you. It softens the armor you have worn too long. Every crack in the soul is a place where light can enter. Every tear of repentance is the beginning of healing. I do not need you to appear strong, I need you to be true. Others may demand that you be perfect, spotless, successful, but I do not. I ask for a heart that can bend low, that can whisper Father with its most honest weakness. In that very moment I will make you new, not by force, but by mercy. And child, if your heart trembles as you read these words, this is no accident. It is not by chance that you are being reminded, this is the hour when I knock. Do not wait for the storm to break before you remember me. Awakening is not to be postponed, for, with each passing day, another layer of dust settles upon your heart, and a time will come when you no longer recognize yourself. Rise even in your weariness. Step out of the gentle dream that is quietly killing you. I am calling not with thunder, but with the tender sigh of a father who watches each night as you fall asleep on the brink. Do not wait for a spectacle to believe, for the very fact that you still doubt is already a sign of stirring within. Miracles are not loud or dazzling, they begin with a soul willing to open, willing to admit it has gone astray, willing to stop and turn back. I do not need you to understand everything. I need you to trust enough to return. And when you do, all of heaven will rejoice, not because you are great, but because you have awakened. But awakening, child, is only the first step. Once your eyes are open, you will see clearly what is happening around you, and then you will understand that time is running short. Truth will not remain veiled forever, and that day, the day when all that is hidden is laid bare, is drawing very near. In that hour, only those already awake will stand firm through the trial to come. And I long for you to be among them, for you were not born to be lost in the turmoil. You were made to live in light and in truth. And that truth is preparing to emerge from the shadows. When a soul has opened its eyes, you begin to notice the fissures you once pretended were not there. The things you thought were secure status, social order, collective virtue are cracking before your very eyes. This is no random collapse, child. It is the tremor I have permitted so that falsehood can no longer hide behind the mask of goodness. Truth is turning over, and the world will no longer make room for souls half in light and half in dark. Whoever does not stand firm in faith will be swept away like dust in the current of the final days. See how with each passing season the human heart drifts farther from me, even as many invoke my name to do what stands against the light. False preaching, hollow forms of holiness, laughter that hides thirsty souls, all will be stripped away. I do not do this to shame them, but to save those still brave enough to face the truth. You do not need great sophistication to discern the real from the counterfeit. Keep your heart simple, and the light itself will expose what is not of me. But know this, that hour will not arrive quietly. It will sweep through every stratum, every structure, and nothing will remain concealed beneath its skillful masks. Many will tremble when the sacred becomes unmistakably real. They once thought I was only a symbol, lived as though no judgment awaited them. But on that day every soul will bow, not because I am tyrannical, but because when light appears, all darkness must retreat. Do not count yourself among them. Do not wait until every door is shut to knock in search of me. Now, while your heart is still warm, while faith is something you can choose, rather than something imposed, this is the grace I give you to stand firm before the day when every soul is purified. Trials do not come to destroy you, but to reveal to whom you belong. The deceitful will have their masks torn away, while the righteous will be refined like gold in the fire. Do not think I do not love you when you suffer precisely. Then I am shaping your soul to become resilient. You will lose many things, friends, reputation, a sense of safety, but you will recover the one thing, beyond price, the truth. And that truth, if you embrace it, will become your refuge amid the coming storm. I will be there, not as a shadow, but as a living stronghold for the soul that trusts. This purification will reach into the corners you once thought were safe. Whatever you still cling to, even your ideas about me, will be broken by me if it is not true. I will not indulge a half-hearted faith. I will not walk with prayers offered merely to soothe a guilty conscience. You must choose: either belong wholly to me or no longer belong to me at all. And if you choose me, know that you are stepping onto a ground where compromise has no place. It is a narrow way, but on that way I will be the one who walks beside you. You will hear the world's howl when the things they leaned on collapse. They will call it injustice, calamity, the end. But child, it is only a beginning. The beginning of a new season in which truth is no longer smothered by noise. A season in which the true of heart will rise in a silence full of authority. I do not need them to be many. I need them to be real. And you, if you have awakened, must be ready to take your place among them, not to fight by strength, but to stand firm by faith. You once asked, why am I silent? Why do I allow the world to slide into chaos? But I tell you plainly, this is my final mercy. For if I did not let truth blaze forth, your souls would remain forever tethered to the illusion of peace. I shake this world not to destroy it, but to rescue it from the deception it has named progress. Be courageous, prepare your soul, let your heart be unentangled from what does not belong to the light. For when truth arrives, you will have only two choices: stand with it or be swallowed by it. And then, after the testing, those who still stand will burn like torches in the night. They will not need to shout, for the light within them will be enough for the world to recognize what is real. Let your heart be refined to become part of that unveiling. For the days ahead are not for the willfully blind of mind, but for those who dared to open their eyes and hold fast to the truth, though it pierce them, isolate them, or bring them rejection. I will not leave you alone, but I require you to stand firm when all things are overturned. Amid the ruin of all else, one thing alone will remain: faith. Not a faith of appearances, not a borrowed trust, but a true faith tempered through doubt, through stumblings, through tears, through loss. And if you possess it, you possess everything. For what is coming is not meant to terrify you. It is meant to return to you the truth your soul has always longed for. And there I am, still waiting. Child, when the wave of testing breaks, the first collapse humanity will feel will not be the fall of the world, but the fall within. Fear will drift in like smoke, seeping into every recess of the heart, until many can no longer tell what is true and what is illusion. Fear dims the eyes and leaves the soul trembling like a child in a long night without light. But I tell you, true faith does not tremble. True faith does not demand proof, for it is the heartbeat that continues, even when reason has laid down its arms. When everything around breaks, the one who has faith still stands, not because they are strong, but because I am standing within them. Fear is the invisible cord that darkness deftly winds around your soul. It whispers in your ear, you are not enough, you will lose everything, you cannot go on, and you believe you grow, afraid, you retreat, you forget that the one who made you has not left you for a single breath. You forget that my strength is not outside you, but flows in your very veins like the breath I placed in you at the dawn of creation. When you fear, you cede authority to the dark to govern your soul. When you believe, you reclaim the throne of your inner realm. Faith does not annihilate fear, child, it simply deprives fear of its voice. You must understand that fear is always the offspring of unbelief. The one who does not trust sees the storm before they see the dawn. They lean on reason, on calculations, on metrics, on evidence. But true faith walks upon the waters, looking not at the waves, but at me. When you fear, you are looking at the waves. When you believe, you look only at me. And that is the difference between sinking and walking. I do not need you to appear brave before the crowd. I need you to keep your heart steady when no one stands beside you. For only in stillness will you hear my whisper, do not be afraid, for I am here. Do not let the world counterfeit the meaning of faith. Faith is not the shallow optimism that everything will somehow work out. Faith is the power to stand even when everything seems lost, to look into the abyss and still choose to trust that my hand is there, to be rejected, misunderstood, mocked, and still choose love instead of hatred. True faith does not require applause nor the world's approval. It requires only a loyal heart. The more solitary you are, the clearer your light becomes, and in that very hour, I am most greatly honored. I know there are days you want to let go, when faith weighs on you like stone and fear trails you like a shadow, when you pray and feel as if I do not hear, when you wait and meet only lengthening silence. But child faith does not grow in comfort, it grows in that silence. I am not silent because I am far, but because I am at work within the silence itself. Remember, the seed must sink into the earth before it rises. So too must your faith die to fear before it can germinate in the light. Many suppose I bless only the strong, but know this, I choose the tender-hearted to work my wonders, for they know how to rely on me and not on their own power. When fear rushes in, close your eyes, take a long breath, and call my name. You will see in that moment fear melt like mist before the morning. I do not require you to fight the darkness, only that you refuse to partner with it through your anxieties. Each time you trust, the dark grows weaker, for fear cannot dwell where faith makes its home. You will be mocked, doubted, even judged a fool for clinging to light in a world that worships the dark. Do not let their words unsteady you. The world fears what it cannot understand. It fears true faith because true faith cannot be controlled. Therefore it seeks to extinguish it. But I tell you truly, the one the world casts out for my sake is the one I have chosen. When you dare to keep your heart steadfast, you are doing what makes the hosts of heaven bow in awe. True faith is not a passing thrill in an hour of prayer, but the flame that keeps burning when every other light has gone out. It lives in the smallest acts, in a glance, in the quiet breath of fidelity. It enables you to love, even those who wound you, for you know they are blind. It holds you at peace in the storm, for you know the tempest too has its place in my design. And when you live this way, fear will find no lodging in you. And child, when faith in you has been purified, you will witness strange and lovely things, not because the world has changed, but because you have. What once made you tremble will shrink to its true size. The wounds that once felled you will become memories of grace. You will understand that what you need is not to be sheltered from every fear, but to be made steadfast in the midst of it. For the one who truly believes, though walking in darkness, carries light within, and that very light in time will lead others home to me. Then you will grasp something deeper. Still, faith is not only a shield, it is a lamp. It will lead you through your murkiest days to meet me at the dawn of your soul. You will no longer be afraid, for you will know that no storm can truly drown the one whom I hold by the hand. And in that new peace, you will begin to see clearly through the long night. A miracle is quietly at work, not out there but within your own heart, where I have sown a flame that cannot be quenched. Child, there are things I do not for the eyes to see, but for the heart to feel. Miracles do not always crash down like thunder from the high heavens. Sometimes they arrive softly like a bead of dew, resting on a leaf in an unnoticed morning. The world has grown so used to noise that it imagines anything without an earthquake is not to be trusted. But I am not noisy. I am the breeze across the mountain, the gentle touch upon your soul when you keep vigil in the night. And if you know how to wait, how to listen, you will see. I have never ceased to work wonders, only that humanity has grown too hurried to notice the holy unfolding day by day. This age no longer knows how to wait. It demands that all things happen at once, as if faith were a commodity to be traded for instant favor. They petition me as if commanding they count the minutes and lose patience when marvels do not arrive according to their schedule. But child, I am not bound by your clock. My plan is not late, it is other. And those who trust enough to endure in waiting are the very ones who will behold my hand, arranging all things in perfection, nothing missing, nothing excessive, neither delayed nor rushed. You have wondered why I make you wait so long, why what you ask seems slow to come. Yet you do not see that in your waiting, I am preparing your heart to receive the greater gift. A true miracle is not the mere shift of outward circumstances, but the deep transformation of the inner person. If you stay impatient, you will settle for the passing thing, instead of the eternal portion I have set apart for you. Let the season of waiting become the place where your faith puts down roots, so that when the time arrives, the fruit you receive will not be an accident, but a promise kept. Miracles are never random. They are my signature upon the lives of those who entrust themselves to me. Some recognize me in a narrow escape from death, some behold me in the birth of a child, and some, the most discerning, recognize the miracle even in the wound that is not healed. For not every miracle is an intervention to spare you pain. Often the miracle is the strength to pass through suffering without being crushed. Look back over your life, how many things seemed unending, yet opened into something new. That is the miracle, and I am the one standing behind it all. I do not forget your prayer. Every whisper, every time you wept in the secret room, I have kept as a golden chalice upon the altar. Yet miracles cannot arrive while your heart is still in turmoil. I need you to be steadfast, to lay down your fear, to recognize this. Miracles do not come to change the path, but to give you strength to walk the very path you are on. And when you understand this, you will no longer live waiting for a miracle. You will live as a miracle. I love the souls that persevere. They are like farmers who guard the seed beneath the earth, even when no sprout is seen. Each time you believe without seeing, each time you wait without an answer, your faith is tempered to receive a greater wonder. The world will laugh at you, will call you naive, will say your faith is useless, but I will not. I see every moment you wrestle with doubt, with disappointment, with weariness, and still choose to believe. And it is they, those like you, in whom the miracle will dwell like holy fire upon an altar no one sees. Keep your heart in peace, and do not draw the map for me. Waiting will not be meaningless if it makes your heart deeper, quieter, gentler. A miracle does not need your shouting to occur, it needs only a steadfast, quiet, faithful heart. And you will see on a very ordinary day when no one expects it, I will be present and do what only I can do. Not to prove a point, but to affirm this: I have never forgotten, and your hidden faith has never been in vain. Then you will not keep that miracle for yourself. A soul that has waited becomes keen to recognize the waiting in another. You will become a guide for the weary, a living testimony to those losing hope. Not by argument, but by your life transformed a life, bearing a sacred imprint no words can fully express. And you will understand you were not only given a miracle, you were made a part of it. And as you begin to live as a living sign of what is wondrous, you will sense something deeper, that wakefulness is not only to be saved, not only to stand firm, but to be sent. Those who have endured in waiting are given a new commission to become light for others. Therefore, do not keep your awakening to yourself. A new season of calling is coming, and I will need you there in the dark of the world, a small torch that never goes out. My beloved child, when a soul has awakened, it is no longer a favor to be kept, but a lamp to be set on high. I have called you out of the shadows, not only that you may live for yourself, but that you may become light for those who wander, as you once wandered. Every wound in you that has been healed will become oil of anointing for souls bleeding in silence. You need not say much. You need not prove anything. Your life itself, the way you forgive, the way you stand firm, the way you love, is already a homily. And that homily resounds louder than any words, for it is written by the truth you have truly lived. The world does not need more who merely know. It needs those who have walked through the dark and were not consumed. Such people like you, are living proof that truth can still prevail, that faith can still live, that love can still heal in a world that has misplaced compassion. Do not think you must be perfect to be sent. I send you while you are still weak, so that the world may see it is not by your strength but by mine. I set a flame within you, not to flare brightly for a moment and then die, but to become a point of ignition for the fires in hearts grown cold. Do not be afraid when the world rejects you. Bearers of true light make the eyes of those in darkness ache. But you must not retreat, for there are souls who will be saved simply because you dared to exist according to the truth. I do not need you to go searching for listeners, I will bring them. Those who are weary in silence, those who have no strength to pray, those standing at the brink of despair, they are the ones who will find you. And when they find you, I want you not to lead them to yourself, but to lead them back to me, by your words, by your deeds, or simply by your faithful presence. Live as a keeper of the flame. On a long cold night, a single small fire can warm an entire room. Each humble act, each time you choose truth over compromise, each time you choose prayer over complaint, that is when you are kindling the light others will see. They may not say it, but they are watching. And then one day when their night grows too dark, the fire within you will become the place they seek. Not because you are capable, but because you have allowed me to live through you quietly yet full of power. Your mission is not grand by the world's measure. It needs no stage, no spotlight, no applause. It begins at the family table in faithfulness to ordinary work, in the way you respond when wounded, in kindness toward the undeserving. Each small deed you do in the light pushes back the darkness quietly yet irresistibly. And when a community of the awakened stands together, even as little lamps, the world will not be as dark as before. In that very hour, my kingdom will draw near. Do not forget that the light you carry is not your own, it is mine, and I have placed it in your hands to guard and to pass on. You have responsibility but not burden. You are sent but not alone. I will be with you as I was with the prophets, the apostles, and the little ones who dared to believe in bewildering times. You do not need to understand everything to begin, you only need to step forward. And each step in the light is a declaration that truth still lives, and that my love is still prevailing quietly, yet undefeated. A time will come when you look back and see you were not the one who accomplished anything, but you did not hinder God from working through you. That is the greatest reward, not praise, but the awareness that your life did not pass by in vain. You will see that awakening is the beginning, faith the foundation, but living love is the destination. And when you live this, the light you bear will not shine merely for a moment. It will burn on in the hearts you have touched, like a flame that never goes out on a hilltop in the night of the world. And so the final message I long to whisper to you is this live to become a witness. No need to shout, no need to argue, only live. Live by true faith, by steadfast hope, and by love without condition. In a world growing numb to truth, an awakened soul is the last remaining light. Be brave to keep it, to nurture it, and to share it, for in your courage to live truly, I will be most clearly present. O my beloved child, do not let fear seize your soul, for fear does not come from the light, but from the abyss of darkness. Fear is the offspring of falsehood, the smoke that veils the eyes of souls who have not yet learned to see by faith. The one who harbors fear is not only imprisoned by it, but becomes the warden of invisible chains, chains that bind people to their frailty, make them bow to what is counterfeit, and keep them from ever beholding the truth. But you, yes, you are waking from that sleep. Your eyes have begun to see what many dare not look upon, your ears have begun to hear the sound of truth that many choose to ignore, and your heart is trembling with the breath of reality. Do not fear the light, even if it dazzles you. Only when the light is strong enough will the darkness scatter. Do not fear solitude, for only in solitude is my voice clearly heard. Let me be your guide, the pillar of fire by night, the warmth in the frost, so that you do not falter on this journey. For you will see this world does not welcome the awakened. You will hear the derision of those who have never looked into their own depths, feel the suspicious gaze of those afraid to face the truth. They will question you, insist you are mistaken, that your faith is madness, that the call you hear is an illusion. But let not your heart tremble, for such words are not truly meant for you. They are the echo of their souls crying out unconsciously for rescue. Do not take their fear upon your shoulders. They do not see what you see, do not hear what you hear, do not feel what you feel. You were not born to please the world, but to rouse it. Speak when it is time to speak. Be silent when it is time to be silent. And remember your silence, when woven of faith, resounds louder than the many arguments of those who have never understood. Yet, child, to keep steadfast is not easy. When the world quakes, when all you believe seems shaken, you will be tested. Not because I desire your suffering, but because I desire your maturity. As gold must pass through fire to shine, so your soul must pass through trial to be made pure. Do not complain when I permit the storm to rise around you, for I know that in that very storm the roots of your faith will grip deeper. When the false promises of the world fall away, you will discover that only one thing stands firm: my word. It is precisely when all else collapses that you will find the solid rock I laid beneath your feet. The Lord is my light and my salvation. Whom shall I fear? Psalm 2:7-1. Engrave this upon your heart, so that when the waves come, your heart remains at peace. Do you not see this world is trembling with movements the human eye scarcely perceives? Values once exalted are cracking. Towers of power built on deceit are swaying. Truth is advancing like a tide, and no fence of falsehood can hold it back. Nations will be changed. The mighty will kneel, and systems once thought unshakable will collapse in the quiet thunder of justice. Yet in this upheaval do not be afraid, for I remain. Even when the world loses its bearings, my light will make your road clear. Be a lamp kindled in the night, small yet faithful. You need not illumine the whole world. Illumine the place where you stand, and from that small lamp, my light will go forth, seeking the souls who are seeking me. The blind will see, yet before they see, they must pass through pain. Awakening has never been gentle. It is the ache of one roused from dream, the tearing sound as darkness is driven back. You will witness souls thrashing, clinging to the falsehoods that have fed them for years, and you will pity them. But do not try to save those who do not wish to be saved, for they will despise you for it. Merely sow, and let me water. The seed you sow today, however small, will one day rise into a forest of truth, a refuge for the weary and a shade for hearts that have lost their way. Do not measure your work by what you see at once, for truth does not blossom in a single season. It asks for time and tears and even silence. Do you know the greatest fear of humankind is not death, but the loss of what they mistake for themselves? When truth arrives, it demands they leave everything behind: fame, power, even the self, and so they tremble. But you, my child, are called to pass beyond that fear. I have breathed into you the courage of a steadfast faith and a loyalty that holds in adversity. Let that faith be your armor, my word your sword, and humility your shield. When you stand firm in the storm, others will find hope through you. This is your mission, not to conquer the world, but to shine within it. And when you feel most alone, remember that I am beside you. I never abandon those I have chosen. At times you will not hear me or feel me, yet do not think I am absent. Like a seed resting in the dark earth, imagining itself buried, it is in truth being nourished to rise. So it is with you. My silent days are not neglect. They are the hour in which I prepare you to grow. You are being shaped and purified and forged stronger, that when I place a weighty charge upon you, you will be able to bear it. Take heart, my child. Every wound you carry testifies to the journey. Every time you rise proves that my grace is at work within you. You may not yet see the outcome, but I see. You may not understand why I lead you along a stony path, but I know that each step is bringing you to where the true light waits. Trust, though you do not see. Love, though you are betrayed. Be patient, though you are delayed. All these are lessons by which you are formed to resemble me. Guard your heart as you would a precious jewel, for within you burns my light. When the world collapses, that light will become a refuge for many. They will come to you not for what you are, but because I am in you. Prepare yourself, for the time draws near. Change is no longer far off, and souls that are ready will be called out from the crowd. You will be sent not with outward glory, but with mercy. As you go, I will go with you. As you speak, I will place words in your mouth. When you are weak, I will be the strength within you. Stand firm, my child, for what is coming will make the world tremble. Yet those who are mine will stand like Mount Zion, unshaken and unafraid, because they know they rest in the hands of the one who never changes. For I know the plans I have for you, plans for peace and not for harm, to give you a future and a hope. Jeremiah 2:9-11. Hold fast to this promise, my child, for when the final storm has passed, only those who built their house upon the rock will still be standing. And you, if you keep your heart within, my light will bear witness to this, a witness of a generation awakened in the long night, carrying within their hearts an unquenchable flame. My beloved child, when the winds of doubt blow and your heart reels because you think I am silent, remember that. My silence is not forgetfulness, but a pause in which I plant the seed of the wonder growing in the dark. You cannot see the depths of what I am doing, yet like a seed lying still in the soil, it is secretly sprouting day by day and moment by moment. Perhaps others are already gathering fruit while you hold only a handful of hard earth, but do not doubt grace for that reason. Each soul has its own season, and yours is near set not by human hands but by mine. I am shaping you through trials, refining your spirit in the furnace, so that when the light dawns you will shine, and no shadow will cover you again. When I let you walk through days without a path, it is to teach you to believe in the unseen. When I let you be alone, it is so you may know I alone never depart. Do not fear if you find yourself moving slower than others, for your journey is not measured by the world's stride, but by the rhythm of will and faith. I do not want you to grasp the transient. I want you to hold the eternal. I do not wish merely to comfort you for a moment, but to make you stand secure forever. In being wounded, you learn compassion. In losing, you discover what it means to receive. And when you think yourself abandoned, you will see that my love was always there, unfading, unconditional, unchanging. I am teaching you to look beneath the surface to find grace in adversity, for what I prepare for you is not a small reward, but a great calling beyond anything you have asked. Sometimes you ask, "Why, Lord, must I endure this?" And I answer, "Because I am laying your foundation. The higher the tower, the deeper its base. Every tear you shed becomes a pearl with which I will adorn your crown. You think pain is an ending, but to me, it is only the prologue to a hymn of triumph not yet sung. You are walking a path many dare not take, for only the chosen are entrusted with such trials. Do not measure my love by ease or difficulty, for it surpasses the fortunes of life. When you are pressed to your limits, that is when the holy strength within you awakens. When you have nothing left to cling to, that is when you learn to grasp my hand. Understand that the greatest gift is not receiving what you want, but becoming one worthy to receive. I do not want you merely to ask for miracles. I want you to be a miracle, a living witness to my power among humankind. When you walk in darkness and still sing praise, heaven trembles. When you forgive amid bitterness, I am glorified. When you keep your heart pure amid temptation, my kingdom is revealed on earth. Know that every small act of love you offer is building a great work seen fully by me alone. And if ever you feel like surrendering, remember that I chose you before you were born. I have engraved your name on the palms of my hands, and nothing can erase it. Though you wander, I watch. Though you fall, I lift you up. You do not keep the faith because you are strong. You keep it because I hold you in my love. Sometimes I allow the storm to rise, not to destroy you, but to unveil the strength of your faith, so that you learn that though seas roar and mountains move, I do not depart. I am the one who turns tempests into song and ashes into dawn. Do not be afraid of long waiting, for all my promises ripen in their appointed time. Not a single moment is wasted in my design. Each day you live faithfully is another stone laid upon the road to wonder. Let your heart be still and trust, for what I do often begins in quiet and bursts forth only at the hour I have set. When you see nothing, I am working most. Like a jeweler cutting gems through the night, I am engraving glory upon your soul. The world may weigh worth by fame, but I look upon the heart. People may praise or scorn, but I judge only by sincerity. Do not let their voices drown out mine. Live as one who knows they are loved without condition, for only then are you free. Do not seek approval from humanity, for I have already approved you. When you live true to your calling, even if no one sees, heaven rejoices. I do not ask perfection, I ask fidelity. Every step taken in humility brings you nearer to the destiny I have written. I know there are nights when you weep in silence, mornings when you wake to confusion, moments when you ask, "Are you still there?" And my answer is always, "Yes, I am." I am in your breath, in the sudden smile, in the ray of light that breaks through gray clouds. I am in the stranger's outstretched hand, in the unexpected word of comfort, in the peace you cannot explain. I have never left, never been silent without purpose. I am teaching you to listen with the heart rather than the ear, to see by faith rather than by sight. Therefore, keep walking, my child. Hold your heart steady, for the pains of today are weaving the glory of tomorrow. Persevere though none may understand, for in that hidden place I am writing the loveliest chapter of your life. Remember, I am not only the one who parts the sea, I am the one who knows every beat of your heart and hears even your quiet sigh. I love you not because you are perfect, but because you are mine. That love does not fade when you stumble, does not dim when you are weak, does not change when you doubt. It is a river that runs on unceasing, unfailing, never dry. And when that day comes, the day the miracle you long for takes shape, you will understand why I led you through so many trials. You will look back and see that every tear, every prayer, every minute of waiting had meaning. You will see that I was never late, only on time, so that all the glory would be mine and your joy complete. Then you will bow not in fear, but in gratitude, knowing that everything I have done was out of love for you, and nothing in that journey was in vain. Believe, be steadfast, for your miracle is no longer far. It approaches like dawn after the night, radiant, warm, and as sure as I, myself. Now that you walk the road of faith, I want you to understand that everything I do carries the breath of love and an eternal purpose. Nothing in me is random, no act is to impress the eye or satisfy human curiosity. When I act, the whole universe listens. The currents of time and space move to the rhythm of my intent. Each miracle is not merely an event, but a tender whisper to the human soul. I am here, still at work, still loving, still patiently waiting for you to return. Miracles are not relics of distant scripture. They are what I weave into your ordinary days, in quiet tears, in a chance restored in the calm breath after the storm. When you think I am silent, I am working most deeply, writing your story with the ink of patience and the light of hope seen only by the eyes of faith. I know you sometimes grow weary, feel the dark thicken, and think your prayers dissolve into the void. But do not let delay persuade you that I forget. I do not. Every word you speak, every sigh, every tear is kept in my merciful hands. I am arranging what seems scattered in your life into a perfect tapestry, where each pane of yesterday becomes a bright jewel reflecting the glory of tomorrow. Do you remember when I healed the sick not only with words but with a gaze full of mercy? When I touched the leper, I did not only remove a bodily disease, but also mended a heart wounded by isolation and shame. In the same way, I am still touching you today. You may not always feel it yet. My presence has never left. I can use silence to teach you patience, pain, to teach you compassion and loss, to teach you to cherish what is given. At times I allow you to enter a seeming emptiness, not to abandon you, but so you learn to seek me and discover that true happiness is not having everything you want, but knowing that I am always enough for you. Do not fear when you cannot hear. My voice for love does not always require words. It is precisely my quiet that is teaching you to trust, to keep walking through the dark with a heart still alight with hope. I am still the one who called the dead to life, still the one who can make the impossible possible. Yet the greatest miracle is not that I change circumstances, but that I transform the human heart. When you learn to forgive in the midst of hurt, when you choose love over resentment, when you bow your head in prayer, though your tears have not yet dried there, my miracle is shining within you. Miracles do not always thunder like a storm. Sometimes they are the steady breath of peace after raging waves, the courage that keeps you moving when you cannot see the road ahead. I want you to understand that nothing you are going through, joy or sorrow, is wasted. Every season, every trial, every period of waiting is part of a loving design I am unfolding, step by step, beat by beat, with perfect precision. When you see others blessed, do not compare or doubt. Blessings are appointed to each soul in a manner uniquely their own, like flowers that bloom in their season. The rose does not envy the lotus, for each bears its own fragrance and beauty of my choosing. So too your time will come when I know you are ready to receive what is greater than the small desires you once asked for. Sometimes I make you wait not to test you, but because I am preparing a far better gift. I never arrive late. I come at the very moment you truly need me, when your heart is soft enough to grasp the meaning of grace. When you lift your head and look back, you will see that old wounds are no longer gashes, but the marks of a journey held in love, witnesses to my faithfulness. Do not let doubt drown out faith, for doubt is a fog that hides the sun, though the light still shines. I never cease working in your life. Even when you do not feel it moment by moment, I am shaping, guiding, and strengthening you to take the next step. When you collapse, I raise you. When you lose your way, I light the path. When you despair, I send a small ray, just enough to show you that darkness is never forever. Believe this, no matter how fierce the storm, my hand is holding you. You are not alone. You are not forsaken. All that happens is held within my wise providence. My child, let your heart be still amid the turmoil. Let faith be the anchor that holds you fast upon the heaving sea of life. Do not rush to your conclusions while the story is unfinished. Do not judge my plan with eyes of flesh. Today's silence may be the prelude to tomorrow's resounding hymn. Every tear you shed is a seed watered in the soil of faith, and in due time it will bloom into flowers of joy. Trust me as a child trusts a father, as a traveler trusts the star at night. When you believe, you open the door for miracles to enter, and I will do beyond all you ask or imagine. For I am the one who once said, "Let there be light," and there was light. I am the one who breathed life into dust, that humanity might live. I am the one who halts the sea at a word and makes the desert flower when touched by my grace. Today I am still that one, unchanging, unwearing, never absent. My power is at work. The only question is whether your faith is clear enough to recognize it. Do not let the world confound you. Do not let fear steal the voice of hope. For when you keep your heart steadfast and choose trust in the midst of uncertainty, miracles will come, gentle, quiet, yet enough to change your life forever. You will see that after every long night, dawn still arrives. After each bitter winter, tender shoots still push through the earth. After every loss, another door opens. All of this is my reminder that I am still working, that I still love you, that everything you pass through bears meaning. Therefore, do not be afraid. Do not give up. Rise, dry your tears, lift your gaze, for I am right beside you, the worker of wonders, the one who never breaks his word, the one who will show you that every delay is grace in disguise, and that what seemed lost is only being prepared to return, fuller and more radiant than ever. Beloved child, when the door of miracles swings wide, you will realize that not a single sorrow in your life was meaningless. Each falling tear is not weakness, but a cleansing stream washing your soul in readiness for the new life coming. Every wound you have endured, every night you thought you were alone, is the very place where I have been quietly carving the symphony of your destiny. You are not abandoned, not forgotten. Within the darkness of trial, my light is taking root, so that when it bursts forth, it will illuminate even the deepest corners of your soul. You have asked me, why must I pass through so much pain? And I answer, only in the furnace is gold refined. Only after the storm are the wings strong enough to fly toward the dawn. I know how your heart has trembled, how many times you fell along the way, but in those moments that seemed like breaking, I was lifting you, steadying your shoulders with an unseen hand. When you thought you had reached the bottom, it was not an ending, but the firm foundation from which I would raise you up. Believe this, what appears to be loss is often the universe's holy exchange. I do not take without giving you something greater, deeper, and far better. Sometimes I lead you away from what you love, not to punish you, but to open a new love, purer and more enduring, where you are cherished without losing yourself. Sometimes I allow you to fail, not to shame you, but to teach you to rise amid the ruins and to see light within the ashes. I know your sighs and the tears you shed in nights no one hears, but I hear them. Every small sob is remembered. Do not think your prayers vanish into the air. I am holding them close. Everything you entrust to me, even the quietest longing of your heart, I keep like a jewel in the treasury of eternity. And now, my child, the time of answer is drawing near. Winter has passed. The seed watered by your tears is pushing through the soil. The miracle is no longer far, it beats in rhythm with your heart and draws nearer with every breath that holds to faith. Understand, the turning points of your life are never random. Every fork in the road carries a sacred meaning. When I lead you off the path you had mapped, it is because I am guiding you toward where your soul truly belongs. My map is not your map, yet the destination is always peace. You see the picture of your life breaking apart. I see the pieces ready to join into a masterpiece. Some doors I close, not to confine you, but to shield you from what you cannot yet see would wound you. Some people depart not because they are unkind, but because their part in your journey is complete. Do not resent and do not cling. Every parting is arranged, so that you learn to return to your undivided self where I am waiting. And when you stand upon the threshold of the miraculous, you will know your patience was never in vain. Every time you chose forgiveness instead of revenge, every moment you chose love over bitterness, those were the quiet moments when wonders sprouted in your heart. Blessing does not arrive with thunder. It comes softly like breath, like dawn threading through the night. You need only open your heart and trust that I am at work even when you see nothing. For faith is not seeing and then believing, but believing and then seeing. I do not promise you will never hurt, but I promise that in every hurt you will never be alone. My child, life is not a flight from suffering, but a pilgrimage in which sorrow is turned into light. When you stop and listen to your own heartbeat, you will realize I never left. I am in every breeze in the morning sun, in a stranger's smile, in the raindrop that rests upon your hair. Whenever you tremble, I am gently laying my hand upon your heart. Whenever you fear, I am whispering, do not be afraid, I am here. And when you feel empty, that is when I am filling you with new life and my boundless love. Let your heart open, for only an open heart gives miracles room to enter. Do not close yourself within fear or the memories of yesterday. The past does not define you, it merely teaches you to cherish the present. Let the past lie quiet and lift your eyes forward to where I have already stretched a sky full of light. Do not compare your life with another's, for every soul keeps its own rhythm. Your miracle will come at the time appointed for you, neither early nor late. A seed cannot bloom in winter, but when spring arrives, it bursts forth with an unstoppable vitality. And when what you have longed for is fulfilled, you will understand that I am never silent without purpose. Each time you thought I gave no answer, I was working in the hush, preparing what far exceeds what you dared to ask or imagine. I do not merely hear your prayers. I feel each beat of your heart, every deep desire not yet shaped into words. For my love for you has no condition and no limit. I see the good within you even when you can no longer see yourself. I believe in you even when you doubt your own soul. My child, trust and step forward. Ahead of you there is not only wonder, but your very self, stronger, radiant, and freer than ever. Do not fear the road because it is rough. It is precisely those bends that will teach you to fly, not merely to walk. When you lift your gaze, you will find me there, not far off, but within you, in every pulse of life in motion. You need not wait for a miracle to give thanks, for every breath you still draw and every dawn you behold is already a miracle. So rise, beloved child. Wipe your tears, lift your head, and go on with the quiet confidence that the universe is arranging all things for your highest good. Every trial of today will become tomorrow's testimony. Every wound will become strength. Every winding turn will guide you to the place you are meant to be. And when your hand touches that miracle, you will smile not because you received what you wanted, but because you will see that the very journey through darkness to find the light was the most wondrous gift of all. Beloved child, prepare your soul as one who tends the soil before sowing, for the season of holy surprise I have appointed for you draws nearer than ever. You will not predict it nor grasp it by reason or calculation, for my grace does not arrive by human planning. My blessing, child, is like the quiet dawn slipping through the night, neither noisy nor ostentatious. Yet when that light touches all things, the world awakens and everything is washed with a new hue of hope and life. When that blessedness rests upon you, you will know it is I, for all that unfolds will exceed human power and surpass the limits of effort and design. Those who have watched your path will exclaim, "Only the Lord God could have done this." For I delight to astonish you, because I love to see your face shine in the moment of wonder, as a tender father delights to see his child laugh at an unexpected gift. My love is not only shelter, it is joy when you find joy in faith, when you know that though you see nothing, I am at work. I have watched you in the quiet days, when no one noticed, when your tears fell in secret without complaint. I have heard your sighs, not born of despair, but of a longing yet unanswered. I have seen you still believe, still stand fast, while mockery rang around you, and bitter words cut like a north wind through winter. You kept hold of my hand, certain that I am true, and that my word never fails. That very faith, child, is a fragrance rising before my throne, and now I will make its sweetness known beneath the open sky. Before long I, myself, will lift you up as a living witness to the strength of faith and the worth of patience under trial. Those who doubted you, who judged you wrong, who sneered at what you hoped for, these very ones, will behold what I am about to do, and they will fall silent. They will find no explanation by reason, for my wonders cannot be analyzed or dissected. They can only be discerned by a humble heart. Then they will know I was there, all along with you, in every step you took, in every breath you drew, even through the nights that seemed without end. I tell you this, everything I do has its appointed time, and when that time comes, no one can delay it. Often you think I am slow, but in truth I am preparing. Every tear you have shed I have gathered to water the seeds of blessing pushing up through hidden ground. Every prayer you breathed in the storm I have engraved, and I have made it a seed sown for your season. When the hour arrives, those seeds will break into bloom, beautiful, complete, and more abundant than you imagined. For I never give merely according to merit, but according to grace. Not only as you deserve, but as my heart longs to reveal. You will see that none of your sorrow was wasted. Every season of drought was a hush, in which the soil of your heart grew rich, so that when the rain of favor falls, it will sink deep and bear a harvest beyond measure. Do not fear delay, nor the long road without a visible light, for my light breaks in at the very moment you feel you cannot take another step. I know your weariness. I understand how sometimes you want to let go. Yet I also know that in the innermost place of your soul a small flame still burns, and its name is hope. Do not let the winds of the world snuff it out, for I am the gentle wind that will fan it into fire. I am coming, not in the way you expect, but in the way that is best for you. When I come, all will change. Doors long shut will open, not by your strength, but by my hand. Then they will ask you, "How did you come this far?" And you will answer, "Not I, but God in me." This is the fairest testimony I wish to write through your life, a symphony of faith composed in suffering and crowned in triumph. Remember, child, I have not forgotten what you have endured. Every worn path you have walked and every loneliness you have carried, I know them all. Not one tear has fallen unnoticed, not one sigh unheard. I have not only seen, I have suffered with you. When you trembled, I sheltered you. When you were faint, I upheld you. And now I say to you, your season has come, no longer a distant promise, but a fulfilled hour. I will hasten what was delayed. I will breathe life into dreams that seemed to shatter. You will not only be blessed for yourself, but become a channel of blessing to many. Those who have witnessed your journey will discern in you the light of faith, and that light will become their guide. Do not shrink when I act contrary to your plans. You see a narrow corner, I behold the whole. You see the present, I behold the eternal. There are doors I close not to deprive you, but to open another your eyes cannot yet see. There are people I remove not to leave you lacking, but to free you from what would hinder a greater grace. There are dreams I delay not because they are wrong, but because I would mature you to bear their weight. Do not be troubled by the silence, for in that silence I am working more than ever. A seed never germinates in noise. It needs the quiet of the earth, and you, child, need that quiet to hear my voice. When I complete what I have promised, you will know that every step had meaning and every pain had worth. The years that seemed dark will prove the foundation for the day about to blaze. And when that day comes, you will have nothing left to prove, for the work I accomplish in you will be the most eloquent testimony. As they behold the fruit in your life, they will not praise you, they will look up to me. They will know that I am the living God still acting in this world, turning the impossible into possible, and using the small and unlikely to display my glory. This is why I chose you, not because you are flawless, but because you are willing, not because you are strong, but because you know how to lean, not because you know the entire way, but because you are ready to follow me without seeing ahead. Now, child, make ready your heart, lay down your anxieties, set aside your doubts. Let your soul be a field prepared for rain. For when my blessing comes, it will come in torrents, it will come unannounced, it will come until you can only kneel in tears of gratitude. I will make you a lamp in the night, so the weary who look to you will find hope. I will make your life a story that bids others believe God still works wonders. And when you lift your eyes, you will understand that everything you longed for, every tear you shed, every night you prayed, was leading to this moment when I fulfill my word. You will know that nothing is more beautiful than to be remembered and called by the Creator in His appointed season. You will stand in the light of grace, not to exalt yourself, but to reveal me. And then, child, the world will know God is with his people, still working, still loving, still doing the unimaginable. You stand at the threshold of a new era, where light not only shines from without, but rises from deep within. Do not think your mission small or ordinary, for even the smallest light can banish a field of night. Remember, I did not choose you because you are perfect, but because you are willing, and that willingness makes you fit for favor, for responsibility, and for the road ahead. There will be days you feel alone, misunderstood, as if your prayers fall into the void, but that is an illusion. Fear constructs to test your trust. Do not be afraid. In every moment that feels forsaken, I am there, in every breath, in every tear, in every faint ray glimmering in your heart. You do not know that every tear you shed I feel, and every time you lift your head and press on heaven and earth, take note. Souls like yours, chosen to awaken humanity, are not sent into the world for ease. You are sent to endure, to kindle fire, to model for others the hope they can discover within their own suffering. You are the proof that light never goes out, no matter how fierce the storm. Let your heart widen like the sea to welcome every wave, for each wave, however wild, is a lesson and a cleansing of the soul. Every trial comes not to break you, but to temper your spirit, unyielding as steel, supple as water, and bright as the stars. There will come those who arrive with honeyed words, veiling deceit, voices that claim the name of light, yet sow the dark. Do not believe too quickly, and do not be afraid. Return to the wellspring of spirit within your heart, the place where truth reigns without speech and reality resounds without words. When you listen deeply enough, you will know that my voice is unlike any other, gentle yet resolute, tender yet full of power. Learn to hear with your heart and not your ears. Learn to see with your soul and not your eyes, for what is most true often hides behind the veil of the unseen, and only those whose faith stands firm are bright enough to behold it. Child, I do not call you to flee the world, but to walk within it as one who bears a sacred flame, guiding your own steps and lighting the way for others. Walk in love, for love is the only language every soul understands. Do not let hatred blind you. Do not let hurt forge chains. For when you love even those who wounded you, then you are truly free. The world will tremble. Foundations that seemed unshakable will fall. Certainties you once held will be shaken. Do not panic, for this is the sign of rebirth. The old must break so the new may be born, as the seed must split its shell to push forth a shoot. You will see many perplexed, fleeing, denying the truth, but you stand. Stand in the storm as a landmark of faith. Let my spirit lead you. Though the road twist and the mists conceal, you will not lose your way. I do not promise you will not ache, but I promise you will never be without meaning. For meaning is the inextinguishable fire, and when you guard it, you guard life itself. Every act you perform in love, however small, reaches the deepest strata of the universe's energies. A smile, a word of forgiveness, a tear of gratitude, these are golden threads weaving the new garment of the world. One day will come when the light you carry in your heart flares so brightly that nothing can veil it, and you will recognize that you are not merely the one who is sent, but the very source of that light. In that moment, you will no longer ask, "What must I do?" but will naturally know, "Who am I?" I am not outside you. I am the breath within you, the heartbeat of all things, the living current moving through every soul. When you realize this, every fear dissolves like mist in the dawn. You will understand there is no need to fight to prove, no need to argue to be right, for truth is light in and of itself. You need only to be wholly present, wholly loving, wholly alive, and that is enough. Do not imagine this journey will be short. You will be tried again and again, for each degree of light is met by its corresponding degree of shadow. The higher you rise, the more subtle the darkness. The brighter you shine, the deeper the tests. Yet never forget shadow exists only that you may recognize your own light. Each time you pass through, you liberate not only yourself, but also clear a path for countless other souls to follow. You are the first candle in an endless chain of flame, and every life you touch is kindled by you with a new spark. Therefore, be careful with your words, your thoughts, and your deeds, for they do not merely shape your destiny, they help shape the fate of a generation. Beloved child, do not let the world make you callous. Do not let pain make you doubt love. When you keep your heart soft, you remain a sanctuary for the light. Forgive not because others deserve it, but because you deserve peace. Be grateful not only when you are given, but also when you are tested, for losses themselves open your eyes to what is truly of worth. Love, even when love may wound you, for only in loving does the soul live in truth. And when you are weary, when your shoulders are heavy, when you feel like letting go, close your eyes and call to me. I will come not with thunder, but with a gentle warmth seeping into your heart. I will not bring outward marvels, but an inward steadiness, the strength that helps you rise once more. I will remind you that you are never alone, that with each step you take, the heavens are watching, that every speck of dust you touch bears the imprint of your soul. Keep going, child of light, for you yourself are the answer to humanity's silent prayers. On the day you fully awaken, you will know there is no separation, no loss, no failure, only the necessary passages by which the soul returns complete to its source of radiance. You will cease seeking outside, for every answer has lived within you since the first dawn. Then you will no longer ask why you are here, but will say to the world, I am here to love, to illumine, to be my truest self. In that very moment, you become a living witness to truth, a hymn of life, a heartbeat in harmony with the universe. Therefore, rise, child of the morning, dry your tears and step forward. The road ahead is not for the faint of heart, yet it blazes for those whose hearts are brave. You need not understand everything, only trust. You need not see everything, only feel. Let your soul lead the way, for where the soul is, I am waiting for you. And as you walk in your own light, the world itself will begin to change. These signs, dear one, do not arrive only as small ripples upon a still lake. At times they come as a strong wind, tilting the oar of your being. Forcing a choice, hold fast to your course, or surrender to the whirlpools of the world. When you learn to listen within the quiet, you will realize the universe is never silent. Every heartbeat, every breath, every motion of existence is a tender message to the soul that is ready. Nothing happens by chance, and no trial appears merely to cast you down. Every stirring, whether gentle or fierce, carries a lesson in awakening and maturity. For my child, light cannot be known without the taste of darkness, and courage cannot rise without passing through fear. In those moments when you seem most lost, your soul is being tempered to stand like a lamp in a storm, shining not only for yourself, but for all who grope through the long night. There will be times when you feel utterly alone, as though every sign has gone dim, as though no one hears the call within you. Do not be afraid, for in that very stillness, the seed of revelation is sprouting. It is a season of potent quiet in which you are asked to trust what you cannot yet see. Humanity often longs to behold the result before taking a step, yet true faith is stepping into the night while knowing the dawn will come. Each time you choose to trust, even with a single breath, you help alter the course of your destiny and of the unseen souls connected to you. So do not fear when nothing seems to happen. Even when all appears motionless, the movement within you continues, silent yet fierce. Remember, the tides of your feelings are not enemies but mirrors, reflecting what still seeks healing. When fear arises, welcome it as an old friend, bearing the chance to know yourself more deeply. When doubt threads its way through, you receive it as a lesson to fortify your trust in the sacred guidance at work. And when you feel small, recall that the vast ocean is woven from numberless drops. You are an irreplaceable part of a whole that is awakening. No one can walk this path for you, for only you can hear the call meant for your soul alone. A day will come when you look back and see that every step, every choice, every stumble was a stone laid on the road that brought you here. Old sorrows proved not to have been meaningless. They were the fire that forged your heart to be steadfast. Awakening rarely arrives in gentle light. It is often born from the ashes of what has fallen away. When you dare to release the illusions, the bindings, the fears that have caged you for so long, a new breath of life will surge through you that is true freedom. And when the soul is freed, it shines so clearly that others long to return to that light themselves. Understand that the opportunity I speak of is not the spectacle of the world, not power, fame, or possession, but the chance to live in truth, to love without condition, to render each moment a miracle. When you live with an open heart, everything around you changes the people you meet. The events that unfold all reflect the degree of awakening within you. The universe is never mute before a soul that listens. It always answers through an unexpected meeting, a dream, or a strange and tender urging to act. Attend to these signs, for they are the language of guidance. Yet know as well, the greater the light, the more the darkness seeks to veil it. Each time you draw near to truth, trials will arise to test your constancy. There will be doubters and whispers, circumstances that make you think you have strayed. Do not rush to resist or to grieve, for these are veils of testing to show you whether your strength is sufficient. A candle proves its worth only by withstanding the wind. So too your soul burns brightest when it can stand in adversity, while keeping its native love without hatred, without resentment. You, dear heart, are the one chosen to carry this flame farther, not by lofty preaching, but by your life itself, a simple life suffused with light. When you speak with kindness, when you extend your hand, when you keep your peace amid disorder, you are radiating the frequency of awakening. The souls around you, even if they do not yet understand, will be touched and stirred. True power is not in a loud voice, but in the quiet energy that emanates from a heart at home in love. This is the energy the world longs for, the wordless prayer the universe forever hears. Its spread will not roar like a storm, but move as softly as breath. Yet once begun, it cannot be stopped. Like fire over dry fields, the light of truth will find its way everywhere, illumining forgotten corners of human life. When you stand firm in your calling, you no longer live for yourself alone, but for the rising of all beings. You become a bridge between the seen and the unseen, between the seeker and the endless source. And though the world may whirl, you will walk in serenity, knowing every squall is but a brief phrase in creation's eternal symphony. To come to this, you must be patient. Transformation never arrives in a single night. It asks for moment-by-moment honesty with yourself. Learn to look deeply into each feeling and thought, asking whether it springs from love or from fear. Each time you choose love over fear, you step closer to your true nature. As you live from this awareness, the outer world will gradually mirror the change within. What once wounded you grows light to carry, and those who once hurt you become teachers of compassion. There will be a time when you stand at a crossroads, gazing upon the past with gratitude, instead of regret, facing the future with trust instead of anxiety. Then you will see that all that ever unfolded was perfect in its own way. No step was wasted, no pain was pointless, for all of it belonged to the journey that brings you home, the place where the soul rests in the embrace of light. Abiding there, nothing can unseat you, for you have become the awakened witness, no longer swept away by the illusions of a passing world. So, beloved child, keep your courage like a lamp that does not go out. Listen for the slender calls of the wind of time of your own heart. Answer with action and with a trust absolute in the path appointed for you. As you walk in that trust, the universe will open its arms and place in your hands wonders beyond all imagining. Then you will see it clearly. Every sign, every trial, every joy and sorrow, each is a note in the sacred music, Your soul is lifting with me, the song of awakening of love and of unfailing light. O child of light, now that the horizon begins to turn and the worn clouds of illusion dissolve, you will hear the breathing of the earth and feel the whisper of time, an ancient cadence humanity has forgotten amid its vain clamor. All things are coming into form, not through the wrath of the gods, but through the natural power of truth, a force no one can hinder by violence or by scheme. When the mist that veils deceit lifts, all that was hidden will be laid bare, and what once was taken as unshakable will crack, for nothing endures upon the footing of falsehood. People will witness, will tremble, will fall to their knees. Yet within that collapse lies rebirth, for only when the soul touches the depths of darkness does it ache to rise and welcome the dawn. My child, do not be afraid when you hear the sound of breaking, for it is the music of renewal. The world is not ending. It is being cleansed like a fire that burns the ancient forest so that tender shoots may arise. Every soul will be illumined, and when the light passes through, none can hide any longer in the shadows of pretense. Those who clutch at power, fame, or hypocrisy will find themselves fading, for they have built their house upon sand. But those who are humble, who can listen to the deep summons within, will stand firm, for their roots are sunk in the soil of truth. You are chosen not because you are flawless, but because the flame of longing still burns in you. I do not call the perfect, I call the willing. The torch in your hand is not only to light your path, but to awaken light in the hearts of others. When you speak, do not speak from the intellect alone. Speak from a heart refined, for a true word does not need to shout, it resounds with the weight of the soul. Do not fear solitude, for bearers of a calling have never been many. The path of the awakened is often the road with few footprints, yet it is also the road that leads to the true dawn. In the days ahead you will see chaos swell like the tide. People will contend, the world will divide, values will turn upside down. But in that turmoil, look more deeply. The old order is dissolving so the new may arise. As a seed must split its shell to sprout, humanity must endure the convulsions of evolution before it is born into a new form. Do not be deceived by appearances, for true light is not noisy. It is quiet, yet nothing can extinguish it. When the night is darkest, the dawn is nearest. My child, I know your heart is weary. I know you have doubted, have wanted to give up, have feared that the calling was a mirage. Yet each time you fell, you rose stronger, for your true soul cannot be defeated. In the silence you hear my voice, not sounding from without, but from the depths within you, like a spring that keeps murmuring like a warmth in the cold night. Do not doubt it. I have never left you. I am there in every breath and every heartbeat, in your upward gaze to the sky when your mind is heavy. Each time you yearn for what is good, it is I borrowing your heart to act. Keep your soul pure amid the dust of the world, for light cannot dwell in a heart drowned in shadow. Do not let the world turn you scabbed and numb. Keep your sensitivity, for it is what makes you more human than iron and stone. You may weep, you may be weak, you may tremble, but do not lose faith. True strength is not the hard shell that never breaks. It is the power to stand again after every fall, the courage to love though wounded, the faith that endures when all around lies in ruins. This world thirsts for light, yet few dare to become a torch. They fear being burned, fear being alone, fear losing what is familiar. But my child, no light shines without passing through fire. As gold must be tried to glow, so must the soul be tested to become pure. Receive every pain as a lesson, not to destroy you, but to hone you into a worthy instrument. Every wound is a window for light to enter. Do not cover it. Leave it open that others may glimpse through it the beauty of courage. Now, as currents of energy reverse their course, you will feel time, shorten events, hasten hiding places, vanish. This is not an ending, but an acceleration of awakening. Each soul will be set before a choice, fear or trust flight, or facing refusal or acceptance. No one can choose in your stead. You and only you can decide to which side of light you belong. Remember, every moment is a chance to return, to choose anew, to make amends, to begin again. No soul is forgotten if it still longs to be redeemed. Do not seek me in temples of stone or in prayers recited by rote. I am where you dare to be most truthful, where you shed your masks, where your tears touch the earth. I do not ask your perfection, I ask your sincerity. Only when you are true to yourself can you be true to me. Then my guidance will grow clear, not through strange signs, but through the gentle peace that blossoms in your heart. That peace is my language. My child, light is not a reward for the worthy. It is a gift to those willing to open their hearts. Let yourself be soft, for water flows only into the low places. When you lower yourself, you will be lifted up. When you are silent, you will hear what all the noise cannot say. When you love, you will find me in every face, and when you forgive, you will be free. No chain is heavier than hatred, and no wings are lighter than compassion. The day will come when light floods the earth, and all that once hid in darkness finds no refuge. Then humanity will know that power, money, knowledge, and fame cannot save them. Only love and truth can bear them to the farther shore. But before that day, there will be storms and long nights and trials that make you feel abandoned. Remember, in the blackest night, I am still there waiting for you to trust, not with your eyes, but with your heart. My child, every breath you draw is proof I have not forsaken this world. The current of life continues, even when humanity forgets its meaning. You were born in this hour not by accident. Your soul chose to be here in the turning of the age, to bring balance, to witness the awakening of the many. Every good act you do, however small, is a stone laid in the foundation of a new era. Do not think yourself too small to make a difference. A single drop falling in the right place can ripple the face of the lake. When you doubt, look up at the night sky. Stars still shine, though no one applauds them. Learn their humility. Do what is right, not for a reward, but because your soul was born to do it. When you walk in faith, you are never alone, for I walk with you not as a distant God, but as the breath you draw each morning, as the heartbeat you hear in the quiet. I am within you, as you are within me, and the day will come when you understand you were never seeking me because I never left you. Every journey was only to make you remember that love is your essence, that light is your home, that fear is but a passing dream. When you awaken, all shadows vanish. When you love, all distance dissolves. And when you yield yourself wholly to the truth, you become the very light you once sought. Beloved child, when you stand in life's current and every path seems closed, when the door of hope appears to have shut, remember that I am there in the stillness, in the pause between breaths, in the places that seem most without hope. I am not far, nor do I sleep through your plea. I am weaving a design beyond anything you can imagine. You see delay. I see perfect timing. You hear silence. I am writing new chapters for your life with the pen of boundless power and mercy. You think I am slow, yet I am never late. You think I am absent, yet I have never departed. In every moment you feel forgotten, I am shaping your soul so it is strong enough to receive the blessing that draws near. You must learn to trust even when you see nothing, for true faith is not born in the light. It is tempered in the night of trial. My child, look upon creation and know I have never acted in haste. The tiny seed must sleep in the earth before it reaches for the sun. The sun itself rises each day and is never early or late. So it is with you. I am sowing in you a sacred harvest, and before the reaping comes, the rain of trial must fall, the winds of faith must blow, and the soil of your heart must be tilled by patience. Do not fear the waiting, for in waiting your soul is refined. Do not grow dull when you do not see me move, for even as you think I am silent, I am writing miracles in invisible ink. Every sorrow, every tear, every loss you count. I know I see, and I turn them into the substance of something better. I want you to understand that miracles do not always arrive with thunder or blinding light. Sometimes a miracle comes like a quiet breath, like a breeze that passes through your life unnoticed. A miracle can be the strength to take one more step when no reason for hope remains. The strange peace in the heart's storm, the ray that threads through the heaviest cloud. In such smallness, I hide myself. My child, do not seek me in the world's noise. Seek me in the depths of your own heart, where only the soul's whisper and the pulse of faith remain. There you will find me, not with your eyes, but with the deep knowing that I am still at work, still loving, still leading. At times, I let you walk the rugged road, not to wound you, but to teach you to step forward with strong feet and a steadfast heart. If I prepared everything in advance, you would never learn the worth of faith. If I removed every trial, you would never learn how much your heart can endure. My child, I love you too much to permit you a life easy yet empty. I choose that you pass through storms, for only in the storm will you know the strength of the one who holds your hand. Do not resent it when life refuses your design, for I am composing a music in which every note bears an eternal resonance, though you have not yet heard the whole song. You ask why I am silent, because I am letting you listen to yourself. In the noise you hear only the world. In the stillness you hear me. You ask why I have not granted what you requested, because I want your heart to be wide enough to hold the blessing I am about to give. If I gave it before you were ready, the gift would become a burden, so I wait. I wait for you to grow in faith, to understand that true happiness is not in what you possess, but in knowing I am always here. Each time you grow a little more patient, your faith expands. Each time you choose praise through tears, your soul shines a little brighter in my sight. My child, remember that time belongs to me. You are bound by the clock. I stand above every moment. To you, a day of waiting feels like a year. To me, 1,000 years are like a breath. When I say wait, it does not mean no. When I do not yet answer, it does not mean I have not heard. Learn to trust without an immediate reply, for true faith does not demand proof, it rests in surrender. I want you not only to believe in miracles, but to believe in the one who makes them. When you trust me, the impossible becomes possible, for there is no boundary to my love or my power. I see you collapse in weariness. I see you weep in the dark, and I bend to listen. Not one tear falls without my knowing. You think I am far, but I am beside you, holding you in unseen arms. When you no longer have strength to pray, the Holy Spirit prays for you with groans too deep for words. When you cannot stand, I am the strength that lifts you. When you think the story is over, I begin a new chapter. I am not only the God of wonders, but the Father of mercy, who turns brokenness into blessing and sorrow into hope. And my child, do not fear to walk through the long night. My light has never gone out. You are only standing where you cannot yet see it. Keep going, keep believing, keep a faithful heart, for you are in the midst of a miracle still unfolding. One day you will look back and understand that everything I did carried, meaning that every seeming delay was love, that what you lost was only to make room for something far better. Hold gratitude even before the answer appears, for gratitude opens the doors of grace. When you believe, give thanks, and surrender, the miracle has already begun to germinate in your life. I do not want you to live by a faith lodged only in the mind, but by a faith rooted in the heart, a faith that knows that even if all else falls, there is one who never changes. You may lose everything, but if you still have faith in me, you still have all things. Do not seek certainty in a world that shifts. Set your trust in me, the one who never fails an appointed time. When the world says impossible, remember I am the Lord of all things are possible. When you stand at the edge of the abyss, I am the bridge. In the desert, I am the spring. In the storm, I am the sure refuge. Take my hand, for I took yours before you ever knew my name. And when you have passed through the darkness and the radiant dawn breaks, you will see that what once seemed loss was only preparation for the glory I ordained. You will know I never left you, never erred, never arrived late. You will understand that within delay I hid my love, within silence I hid my working, and within every sorrow I hid the seed of everlasting joy. Then you will smile and say, Lord, all that you have done is wonderful, and you are never late. My child, believe, stand firm, let your faith become a flame burning bright through the night. For I, the maker of heaven and earth, am also the one weaving your life with endless love. And when the hour comes, when what you have prayed for meets the time I have appointed you, will discover that the miracle is not only what I do for you, but what I have done within you, making you a living witness to my love and power in this world. My beloved child, never forget that a miracle is not random nor a game of fate. Every miracle bears my imprint, an invisible signature, a declaration that I am alive, I am working, and I reign over every turn in this universe. The world may grow cold, and people may forget me, but I have never ceased to be present. In every breath you draw, in every sunrise that returns, in every tear that falls, my hand is at work. Miracles are not only in great events, but in the smallest details of life, where I weave the extraordinary from fragments that seem meaningless, yet in their haste, people lose the capacity to see it. They seek miracles in thunder and miss my whisper on the breeze. They long to see seas divide and fail to notice I am opening a way within their hearts. This world has grown barren in faith, and unbelief has kept them from seeing me in the most ordinary things. Look and see, humanity now crowns itself as God. They trust their own hands more than mine numbers, and logic more than my wisdom plans penned by minds without a soul. They speak of the future as though they own it, decide all things by technology, power, and talent, and forget that even their breath is my gift. They raise towers to scrape the sky to prove their strength, not seeing that their foundations are sand. They sketch dreams without asking whether they are my way. Then when plans collapse and all they trusted turns to dust, they cry that I have been silent, that I have abandoned them. No, my child, I have not been silent. They have stopped listening. Therefore I will reveal my power again, so that the world may know I alone breathe life into what has died. I alone make a way through the wall. I alone call what is not as though it were. Do you know, my child, that your life is about to become a living witness to this truth? What you have endured, wounds, losses, days that seemed devoid of hope, has not been in vain. Every misstep, every dark bend in the road has lain within my plan. I miss no detail. You thought yourself forgotten, but I have been writing the most vital chapter of your story. When others look at you, they will not see a flawless person. They will see a miracle. They will say, if God did it for them, He can do it for me. That is what I desire for you, to be a living testimony, a lamp in the night, a voice within the silence, warming cold hearts and restoring faith where it has faded. My child, you are not overlooked, you are chosen. Before you were formed in the womb, I laid my hand upon you. I knew who you would be, where you would go, and what you would face. No step you take is wasted. No tear you shed is forgotten by me. The turns you do not understand today will one day be revealed as the shortest road to the purpose I set for you. I have inclined hearts, shifted circumstances, and moved the unseen to bring you to the right place at the right time. You may not see my hand at work, but you will see the result clear, complete, undeniable. When the door opens, it will not inch but fly wide. When the blessing comes, it will not creep but pour like a waterfall. I know there were nights you asked, Lord, where are you? And I was there in every pause and every breath you fought to take in, every time you wanted to quit, yet took one more step. That was me. The greatest miracle is not when I perform wonders outside you, But when I keep your soul from going out in the long night, I am rewriting your story, not with ink, but with my very breath. That story will raise up those who have fallen, rekindle hearts grown cold, and when the miracle arrives, it will come so swiftly that you will know no one but I could have arranged it with such care. Do you remember Abraham, my child? He waited for the promise through many years, and when every human hope had faded, then I came. You are on the same journey, waiting for my perfect time. True miracles do not come early or late. They arrive when your heart is quiet enough not to doubt, humble enough to give thanks, and mature enough to return all glory to me. Remember, my delay is not refusal. It is the span I use to perfect every detail. When I work, nothing is half done. When I arrange, nothing is random. Let your heart find rest in faith. Do not strive to understand everything. Learn to trust. You do not need to see the road to know I am leading. You do not need to see the miracle to know it draws near. I have set all things in place. The people you must meet, the places you must go, the moments you must arrive. Everything has its place in my design. And when the hour comes, every piece will lock into its perfect place, and you will say, "Now I understand." Therefore, my child, do not fear the long days when nothing seems to change. They are not a postponement, but the season in which I am clearing the way for the extraordinary. Every trial you bear lays another stone on the path to the miracle. Every prayer you whisper, however faint, is heard by me. Do not cease believing, for when you believe, the miracle begins to move. Like a seed in the dark earth, seemingly dead, yet truly sprouting, you too are being prepared. And when the season comes, it will bear fruit beyond what anyone imagined. Be ready, for I am about to do what will bring you to tears, not tears of pain, but tears of thanksgiving. I will open a door where you saw only a wall. I will call life where you thought all was lost. What the world calls failure, I will turn into the foundation of my glory. What you thought was gone, I will restore in double measure. When I begin to act, no one can hinder me. When I say, "Let there be," there is. When I command, "Live," life returns. Then you will know that miracles do not spring from luck, but from my eternal love. The Lord has done great things for us, and we are filled with joy. Psalm 126:3. My child, let that joy become the rhythm of your heart, for the season of miracles draws near. Prepare your soul, for the light is rising after the long night. And when I finish my work in you, the world will no longer doubt that I am the living God writing miracles with your very life. My beloved child, do not let your heart sink when time stretches longer than you hoped for. Every moment of waiting holds a meaning you cannot yet perceive. The season of delay is not waste, but the quiet hour in which I prepare to plant what is deep and enduring within you. Your tears are not in vain. They are the pure waters that moisten the soil of your destiny so the seed of faith can push up through the hard ground. Each night you feel alone, hearing only your own sighs, know that I am there close beside you, silent and full of love. I shape your heart not to wound you, but to make room for what is great to come, for a vessel that would be filled must first be cleansed of what does not belong. You think you are abandoned, but you are being prepared. You think you are losing, but you are being forged into a strength you have not yet discovered. I do not let you collapse, my child. I allow you to be rebuilt upon a firmer foundation. The old must fall so the new can rise. The cracks in your heart are not the marks of failure, but the lines through which light will break forth and shine. You will soon see why I made you wait, why I closed doors you once thought were the chance of a lifetime. You will realize that if those doors had opened too soon, you would have lost yourself, and that what I withheld was not punishment, but protection from what did not fit the destiny prepared for you. I know the difference between not yet and never should, and though my no sometimes wounds you, the day will come when you will see it was the greatest yes, a yes wrapped in fathomless love. Everything I do has purpose. Every delay hides a blessing, and every seeming detour is carrying you precisely to the place where you belong. Do not limit your expectation, my child, for you are asking for a drop while I am preparing an ocean. Do not think of me as a miserly giver, for I am the Creator, the abundant one, the Lord before whom space and time bow to my intention. When I bless, I do not give just enough but to overflowing. When I restore, I do not merely return what you have lost but multiply it many times over. When I heal, I do not only erase the wound, but make you more whole than before. I do nothing by halves, and I do not stop at sufficient, for I desire that the blessing upon your life stand as a testimony to my omnipotence. The miracle that is drawing near will not only answer the need you once prayed for, but will surpass it. It will spill over and stream through your life like a river that never stops watering the parched ground around you. Others will be touched by my blessing through you, through the story you bear and the faith you keep. You will not only be a receiver, but a channel of grace, a vessel so full that the waters of blessing pour out to multitudes. That is why I have trained you so long, for only a vessel fired in the furnace can hold precious oil without breaking. My child, it was faith that brought you here, and it is that same faith that will open the heavens over you. This faith is the key that unlocks every door. I have appointed the lamp that lights your path at midnight, the anchor that holds your soul fast amid the storm. When you cannot see me act, keep trusting that I am still at work. When you cannot hear my voice, know that I am speaking through circumstances, through silence, through coincidences that are not chance but careful design. Not a single prayer of yours has vanished into the void. Each is remembered in eternity and will return like a rain of blessings at the appointed time. I want you to learn to wait and still believe, to love without fear, and to walk even when you do not yet see the way. For that is true faith, believing when no reason remains to believe. Do not merely hope that I remove you from the trial. Hope that I make you stronger in the midst of it. Do not only ask for ease, ask for maturity. I do not merely will that you get through. I will that you be transformed. The truest miracle is not that circumstances change, but that your heart is renewed so you can behold blessing, even in what has not yet turned in your favor. Soon you will see how faithful I am. You will see that no tear has fallen in vain, and no prayer has been forgotten. You will see that every bend, every delay, every loss has been a delicate stroke in the grand canvas. I am painting, and when the picture is complete, you will know that every sorrow was a necessary hue to set my grace ablaze with beauty. Then you will understand I never take without preparing something better for you. So lift your head, my child, keep believing and keep moving forward. This season of waiting is not wasted. It is the prelude to the glorious symphony about to resound in your life. Let faith lead you, for it is the bridge between what exists and what I am bringing forth. And when you cross the threshold of the miracle, you will look back and understand that every no of mine was simply my way of saying yes more perfectly, and every interruption was preparation for a radiant beginning. Keep your heart at peace, for now, this very moment, what I have promised is drawing nearer with every breath. The miracle is no longer something to come. It is being formed, and before long you yourself will be a witness to my love that surpasses all understanding. Beloved child, remember that faith is not merely pretty words or prayers uttered when it is convenient. True faith is daring to walk in the dark and still trust the light, not seeing me, and yet believing that I am acting, hearing reason say, impossible, and yet answering, I believe. In that silence you have shown your deepest trust faith, that needs neither display nor proof, steady as a lamp that burns through the night. You chose not to give up even when weary, and therefore I, the faithful one, will never let you be put to shame. I have seen each step you took through the shadows, every hidden tear, every word you whispered in solitude, and now the hour of renewal has come. I will lift you above fear, above hurt, above even what you once thought you deserved. When you rise, not only will you be raised, but your soul will be exalted. The light within you will become a torch for others, and you who once fell will stand as living proof of my power. The miracle draws near, but it will not come as you expect. It will not pass through the door you watch, nor arrive by the hand on which you staked your hope. It will come directly from me, mighty, radiant, unmistakable. You will marvel as I open doors you never knocked upon and grant opportunities you never dared to dream. What seemed lost forever will be returned, not merely intact, but brimming with blessing. When I act, nothing can hinder. A single nod from me can alter destiny. A single word from me can raise what seemed dead, bring the distant near, and transform what looked finished into a new beginning. You will see life turn so swiftly that you can only bow in awe. This is not luck, but the reward of steadfast faith, of perseverance, in silence of those nights when you kept believing, though no reason remained. But remember, my child, fear is the silent enemy of faith. If you let it take root, it creeps into every corner of the soul and smothers the flame of trust. Do not let doubt steal what I am preparing. Do not let worry make you blind in the midst of light. Keep your heart open and your spirit watchful like a sentinel awaiting dawn. Speak words of faith even before the landscape changes, for every word you utter is a seed sown into the field of miracles. Speak with a trusting heart, for in the unseen realm I am causing those seeds to sprout, and very soon you will see the harvest appear, a harvest where today's tears become joy and former sorrows rise into a hymn of thanksgiving. Believe that nothing done in faith is ever in vain. A single prayer in the night can bend the arc of a lifetime, and a small act of love can open a vast door of grace. I do not measure you by results, but by faithfulness. I see you walking on when tired, believing when unsettled, loving when unanswered, and these are the things that move my heart. Therefore I have appointed a day when my glory will shine through you. When that day comes, others will look at you and recognize me, seeing in your eyes the light of an unshakable faith. You will become a living miracle, a witness that when people refuse to let go, God never gives up. And when that sudden thing arrives, my child, you will know that every season of waiting had worth. Every quiet moment was not abandonment, but preparation. Passing through sorrow, you learned compassion. In loss, you learned the value of presence. Under testing, you discovered the strength of faith. All of it has been the journey leading you to this moment where I can place in your hands the best you have ever desired. Do not think I am late, for I have never missed my time. When I stretch out my hand, everything aligns like pieces long prepared to fit from the very beginning. I know how often your heart has trembled between belief and doubt, yet I also know that deep within you chose to believe, and even that fragile choice has moved me. For faith is not the absence of fear, but the courage to step while fear still lingers. I see you are not perfect, yet I choose you, because you dare to trust amid the storm. That very faith will draw the miracle toward you. Keep your heart soft, so that when the winds of grace pass over, the seeds of trust will rise and blossom. Speak words of faith, for words hold creative power, and when you speak believing, you become my companion in bringing forth what is good. A day will come very soon when you will stand where once you knelt in tears, and you will know those tears were not wasted. Every patient waiting, every refusal to despair, every act of holding faith when others let go has been a brick in the palace of blessing. Looking back, you will see that I have missed not a single detail. Everything from the smallest joy to the deepest ache has merged into the sacred music of love and power, and you will smile, not because it was easy, but because at last you understand I was with you in every breath. Therefore, my child, keep your heart steadfast. Do not fear the future, and do not be ensnared by the past. Live this present moment with the sure trust that goodness is advancing. When I move, nothing is too late, and nothing is beyond recovery. You will be lifted not only in material favor, but in spirit, in peace, in a deep joy the world cannot give. Be ready, for your harvest draws near, and when it comes you will know that every word I have spoken, every promise I have given, is true and everlasting. Beloved child, be silent now and listen, for I am at work in depths. Your eyes cannot yet behold within holy movements your mortal ears cannot hear. A miracle is no longer a distant promise. It has begun threading itself through every moment and every heartbeat of your life. What seems motionless is in fact moving according to the order of the kingdom of heaven. What you call delay is in the heavens the cadence of perfect preparation. My child, the answer you long for has left. My throne is passing through the clouds of trial, crossing time itself to reach you. All that you do not yet understand, every question left open, will be set in order in a single moment, and when the light of the miracle breaks forth, you will look back in awe and cry out, "Truly, the Lord has done this, for I am the God of Pre-Ciel-Anche." Sudden change, the one who turns winter into spring in the blink of an eye and transforms mourning into song. I turn your waiting into a jubilant feast, the empty places in your heart into a wellspring of blessing. You will laugh, you will sing, you will dance upon the very ground where once you fell, because I am rebuilding your life, not as it was, but more beautiful, stronger, more radiant. Everything that once caused you pain will become a glorious testimony. Every path you walked in darkness will become a lighted way for others. Do not think I have forgotten you, my child, for I have never left you, not for a single breath. I have seen each tear that fell, each heavy sigh in the lonely night. And even when you thought only ashes remained, I began to kindle a new fire, the fire of faith, of hope, of life. I do not forget the faithful, nor overlook those who trust. The hidden prayers, the days you chose belief, instead of complaint, the moments you praised me. Before the miracle appeared, all are a fragrance rising before my throne. I remember, I keep, and I answer in perfect time. My child, I am the one who split the Red Sea, who brought water from the rock, who raised the dead. What in your life could be too great for me? My power knows no border, my love no boundary. My reach is not confined by circumstance or time. I am the Eternal One, and I am working within your present. A day will come, and it is not far off, when you will stand in the stream of blessing you now only dare to dream about. You will witness with your own eyes my hand at work. No longer rumor, no longer another's tale, but your own lived experience. You will declare to the world, God has done this wondrous thing for me. Your story will become a torch for those wandering in the night, bearing hope to those who thought their faith was lost. They will look at you and see the imprint of the miracle upon your life, and remember, I am still the God of holy surprises, still the one who makes the impossible possible. Through you, others will believe again, expect again, dare to hope again, for you were not only chosen to receive blessing, but also chosen to testify to it. Therefore, my child, prepare your heart, clear away anxiety, cast off every doubt, for my appointed time draws nearer than you think. I move suddenly like lightning that rends the night. Do not let weariness make you stop at the very edge of breakthrough. Many have turned back only because they did not know dawn was but one step away. My child, do not be that one. Be steadfast, hold fast to faith, for your next breath may be the greatest turning point of your life. Keep singing though you do not yet see. Keep giving thanks though you have not yet received. Keep expecting though you do not know how, for that faith is the key that opens the gates of heaven. The heavens are stirring, doors are opening, angels are being sent, and the miracle is moving toward you. And when it comes, it will not be small, my child. It will arrive like heavy rain, after a long drought, like a surging waterfall, no barrier can restrain. It will not be delayed, not half measure, but complete and overflowing, for I am not the God of lack, but the God of abundance. I give not merely enough, but beyond what you dare ask. I delight to bless to see you overflow with joy to surprise faithful hearts. My child, I see your faith, and that very faith has moved the courts of heaven. Soon you will understand why I made you wait. You will realize that in every silence a miracle was being formed. Every "not yet" I spoke was not a refusal but a promise. Wait, I am preparing the best. You will see that had I given it sooner, it would have been smaller, unripe, unable to endure. But now, as harvest has come, and your soul has matured in faith, I will give what is great, and nothing will be able to take it from you. For your name has been written into the story of miracles from the beginning. Before your first cry, I knew this day would come, the day you would watch your blessing blossom, the day you would recognize that every pain was but preparation for the glory about to be revealed. Not one tear you shed was wasted. They bear witness that you believed, you loved, you waited, and now it is time for you to reap. It is your turn, my child. Be ready, for I am coming, not from afar, but in tender nearness. The miracle will pour down like a rain of grace, and you will stand in the midst of it, hardly able to believe it is real. You will tremble with emotion, and your tears will fall, but this time they will be tears of joy. You will say, Lord, I thank you, for you have done this for me. And from that day on, you will no longer doubt that I have always been with you in your darkest nights and in your brightest dawns. My child, keep your heart awake. Live in gratitude, for I am about to surprise you in ways beyond imagination. What I am about to do is not only for your joy, but to show the world that I still live, still love, still act. For I am the God of miracles, and you, yes, you are the miracle I am bringing to completion. Now, beloved child, open your heart like a flower unfurling at daybreak, and lift to the Most High the prayer that rises from the deepest places of your soul, a petition not only with your lips, but with a heart trembling in the light of faith. Let every word you speak be the breath of life, the echo of a spirit turning toward its sacred source. Almighty God, who created all things and sustains each of my breaths, today I kneel before you, with a heart broken, yet full of hope. Teach me to wait with patience, and to trust in the quiet. When I do not grasp, your will grant me faith to keep walking. When life feels shrouded in fog, light my path with the radiance of your Spirit. I know that your plans are always perfect, even when my eyes cannot yet see. Help me to surrender that my heart may no longer fear, while I wait for the good you have promised. Lord of wonders, who makes the impossible possible, I believe there is no limit to your power. In the days of my weakness, grant me strength. In the long nights of loneliness, abide with me. I do not ask for an easy road, but for a steadfast heart to pass through every hardship. Teach me to believe that in every silence you are still at work, that in every delay you are preparing the very best for me. Merciful Father, I thank you for working in the quiet to give me what is best. When I thought you were slow, you were preparing the miracle. When I thought you were absent, you were teaching me to trust. I thank you for every "not yet" you have spoken over me, for by them I have grown in faith and patient endurance. Dear Lord Jesus, I thank you for showing me that miracles are not only what happens outside, but the transformation within. Thank you for teaching me to see beauty in the midst of sorrow, for using the storms to strengthen the wings of my faith. Thank you for every lesson, every stumble, every moment when I thought I had lost everything, for through them I learned that having you is enough. I offer this prayer in the holy name of Jesus Christ. Amen. Do not forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so that together we can build a strong community of faith.